here we go. So let me get this going. There we go. All right, so we're looking at W. All right, so do you have your graphing calculator? You do need to help me with this, okay? So
are we allowed a graphing calculator tomorrow?
No graphing calculator tomorrow. Scientific calculator is fine, okay? And I'll show you how to do this, okay? So this is W. So this is limit x goes to -1, 3x over x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so there are some of the things that you need to go through. Like, remember, there are many ways to find the limit, right? So number one, we can use a table, right? You can always use a table, but do you always want to start with the table? No, because it's tedious. But is it possible to use a table? Yeah. Yes. Number two, we can use a graph. Again, do you want to start with the graph? No, because again, it is pretty tedious, all right? So you don't want to do that. Number three, you want to use a direct substitution. Do you want to start with direct substitution? Yeah. Answer is yes. You always want to start with direct substitution. Why? Because that's the easiest. Now, does that mean that it's going to work? No. No, it doesn't mean it will work. Let's see if direct substitution works. Can someone tell me if direct substitution will work for this problem or not? It does not. It does not. You get a 0. You get 3x over 0, which is undefined, so this is no good. Okay? So if direct substitution doesn't work, then you want to use what else? Simplifying, right? You want to simplify. Do you think you can simplify this? Is this factorable? I think it is factorable, isn't it? It is limit x goes to -1 and 3x over, what is it if you factor? X plus 1 and x plus 1 or x plus 1 squared, right? Yeah. So after you simplify, can I cancel to reduce anything? No. And then can I use direct substitution after that? No. So simplifying does not work either. All right? Can I use rationalizing? Can I use rationalizing? No. In order to rationalize, I need to have what? A radical. Radicals. Do I have a radical? No. No. So I cannot use rationalizing. Number 6, is this one of those special trig ones? Is it one of those trig ones? No. No. So I cannot use it. So I'm out of luck. Right? I don't want to say it. But anyways, so we have a table or graph method that I can use. Which method would you like to use? Let's use both. Let's just say if I want to use a table. Let's just say, all right? What value am I supposed to pick? Remember, using the table, you're supposed to check from both sides, right? So what numbers do I use? When I use -1, it's undefined. So what numbers am I supposed to use? -0.9, -0.999, okay? 9. Or what number should I use on this one? -1.0001, right? So someone help me with this. I know that this is very tedious. You don't need a graphing calculator for this, but can someone calculate 3 times -0.9999 over -0.9999 squared plus 2 times -0.9999 plus 1. Can someone tell me what that number is equal to? Someone, tell me, please. Somebody? Anybody?
1.5.
What is it? 1.5? I don't think it's 0.5. I feel like it will be a big number. Are we not getting it? What's going on? Okay, I'll do it. I get 3. Is that what you guys get? I get 3. Is that the? Oops, sorry. Okay, I get negative 2,999,7,0,0,0. Okay, how many of you guys got that? Yeah? 2? Okay, so what does this mean? It's like negative, it doesn't mean that's your limit. It just means that you have to know that this is negative infinity. Alright, so let's go ahead and practice. Alright, so you're supposed to put it in like this. Let's go ahead and practice. Looks like some of you guys are having trouble just putting in the value. So let's go put 3 times now negative 1.0001 all over negative 1.0001 squared plus 2 times negative 1.0001 plus 1. Alright, let's go ahead and put that in. Alright, so this is, you should go to math and fraction. Make sure, if you're not using fraction, you need to use parentheses, okay? So learn how to use your calculator, or you need to calculate them separately. So this is 3 times parentheses negative 1.0001. And then, alright, so learn how to use your calculator. Alright, parentheses, negative 1.0001. And then to the second power. And then plus 2 times negative 1.0001. And then plus 1. Alright, check to see if this is all correct. And then enter. Alright, so what is that number?
Negative infinity.
Negative infinity. So what does that tell you? Both are reaching to negative infinity and negative infinity. Okay? So the answer to this one is negative infinity. Alright, now if one was negative infinity and the other one was positive infinity, let's just say, then what will be your limit? Let's say one of them is negative infinity, other one was positive infinity, then what will be your answer to your limit?
Does not exist.
It will be does not exist. Because your limits are matching with negative infinity and negative infinity, they are matching. So you put negative infinity. But slash, you can put D and E as well too. Can someone tell me why I can also put D and E?
Does not exist.
I know, but why can we say does not exist when you have a negative infinity, even though it says it's negative infinity? Because in order to have a limit, you need to have a distinct value, and negative infinity is not a distinct value. Okay? So therefore, you can also put does not exist. All right. Okay, this is using a table. What if I want to use a graph? All right, let's go ahead and take your graphing calculator. All right, let's go to fraction. Let's go over to the fraction. 3x over x squared plus 2x plus 1. Alright, make sure your window is in the correct setting. Alright, so do you see this? We're supposed to check from both sides. As I approach from the left side, I get closer and closer and closer to -2, which is right here. Closer and closer. Looks like we're going to negative infinity. Do you see that? And then from the right side, you're getting closer and closer and closer to negative infinity. So therefore, it is negative infinity. Is that the answer? Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to see? I'm sure you guys have some questions. Don't be shy. Tomorrow is your exam. I'm going to provide you with the graphs. However, if I give you something like this, can you still use a scientific calculator to find your limit?
Yes.
Yes. You just have to plug it in, right? Okay. Any questions? All right, if you don't have any questions, you guys can just kind of study, but I'll pause this. Okay, so I can already tell that you need to multiply by what in this case? Can you recognize, for letter H, can you recognize which method to use? How many of you guys see which method we need to use for number or letter H?
Irrational.
Rationalizing. Rationalizing the denominator in this case, right? It could be numerator or denominator, it doesn't really matter. I like to put parentheses around those things. But hold on, does that mean that, do you always need to start with rationalizing?
No.
We should always start with what first? Always.
Like direct substitution.
Yeah, you want to use direct substitution. I'm hoping that we can use direct substitution so that I don't have to do any other work, right? Isn't that what you're hoping?
Yeah.
Right? Don't you want the shortest way or easiest way to find the answer? Right? Isn't that what our goal is? So let's first check to see if direct substitution works or not. Can someone tell me if direct substitution works for this one?
It doesn't work.
It does not work. Damn it. Alright? So we need to go on, right? So what do we need to do? Alright, so this is top. So we're going to multiply bottom by and top by what?
Square root of x squared plus 5
Yeah, square root of x squared plus 5
minus x plus 1.
plus x plus 1
Yes.
plus.
Yes.
Right, remember it's conjugate. You multiply by the conjugate. Alright, remember I told you not to multiply anything else? So this is h, oops, sorry. I'll say limit. Limit x goes to 2. Don't multiply anything else. So this is x squared plus 2x minus 8 times square root of x squared plus 5 plus x plus 1 all over. Alright, anybody see the shortcut? Remember I told you to learn how to FOIL this in a shortcut way?
Yeah.
Anybody know the shortcut? Isn't this just difference of two squares again?
Yeah.
So isn't this like square root of x squared plus 5 squared minus parentheses x plus 1 squared? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Alright, so what happens to the square root and a square?
It goes away.
It goes away. And then what is x plus 1 squared? Can you FOIL that really quick? Like in this class, if you see this, your answer should just come out.
It should be minus x squared minus 2x minus 1.
Very good. Yeah, whoever said that. Yeah. See, that's excellent. So this is x squared plus 2x minus 8, and then times square root of x squared plus 5 plus x plus 1 all over x squared plus 5 times x squared plus 2x plus 1. That's what I get, but he even did an extra step. He distributed the negative and he said negative x squared minus 2x minus 1. That's what he told me, right? Which is correct. So we need to simplify all this after you do all that. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to simplify this on your own instead of just copying mine. Go ahead and simplify. Okay, can someone tell me what we get as a denominator? Yeah.
It would be, oh, well, I factored it. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Because it should be negative 2x plus 4.
That is correct. Very good. And then you're supposed to factor that. Yes, that is correct. Do you guys see it? Like this is x squared plus 5 minus x squared minus 2x minus 1. Negative x squared and positive x squared goes away. Positive 5 and negative 1 gives you 4. So negative 2x plus 4. So he's saying I need to factor. But not only we need to factor this, I need to factor something else. Can someone tell me what else we need to factor? Yeah.
The x squared plus 2x.
You need to factor that. Do you know how to factor that really quick?
X plus 4x minus 2.
You are good with that. Did you do this already? Is that
I
right?
already did it.
Oh, you already did it. Okay. And then how do we factor the denominator? You factor out a negative 2, don't you? What do you have left over? You factor out a negative 2 from the denominator.
Negative 2x minus 2.
X minus 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm asking you a question. After all that work, do you think we did this correctly or not?
Yeah.
How do you know if we did this correctly or not? Because we're able to cancel this. We're able to cancel. You see that? If you're able to cancel, then most likely we did this correctly. If you can't cancel, then you need to go back and fix something. Okay? So this is limit x goes to 2, x plus 4, and square root of x squared plus 5 plus x plus 1 all over negative 2. All right, now can I use direct substitution?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and plug it in. Like these are just like calculating skills. You still need to know how to calculate them correctly, right? You do all the work correctly, and then guess what happens? If you don't know how to add and multiply, you're not going to get the right answer. And what are they going to do on the AP exam? After all that hard work, you miscalculate at the end. They don't care if you understand it or not. Does that make sense? If the answer is incorrect, for them, it is incorrect. Okay, so what do you think? What's the answer to this? Anybody have the answer? We should have the answer because it's in the right answer sheet. That's 6. That's 3.
Negative 18.
What is it?
Negative 18.
Negative 18 is
Yeah.
your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's correct, right? All right. Anything? Oh no, she said. Can we go over H? And I think she said L, right? Okay, so L. All right, let's go over L. Anybody need more time with H? L looks really hard. Okay, this one looks really hard. Yeah, did I make a mistake?
Oh, I was just gonna say how to solve it.
Oh, okay. Alright, don't help me because you've been helping me too much today. Alright, so I want someone else. Alright, what do you think, guys? Anyone else? I'd like for him to help me, but I want to be an equal opportunity person. Alright? Okay, this is called complex fraction because you see a whole bunch of fractions. Do you see it? Right? So somehow we need to combine these two fractions together. But before we do that, I want to find the easiest way. I am hoping that what should work. I'm really hoping that this will work. What?
Direct substitution.
I'm hoping direct substitution will work. That's what I'm hoping, right? So let's see, does the direct substitution work? Nope, it does not work. We're out of luck again, right? So now we need to actually solve it, grind it out. So how do I simplify those two fractions from elementary school? What do you need to have in order to combine two fractions? You need to have a common denominator. So I need to multiply this one by what? I need to multiply this one by x and x. I need to multiply this one by x squared minus 12 and x squared minus 12. Alright, I want you to use, alright, go ahead and simplify it on your own. I'll give you time to simplify these things. Okay, I have, do not multiply the denominator, just leave it alone. Denominator is x times x squared minus 12 minus x times x squared minus 12. Numerator, you do multiply it out. Okay, what do we have on the top? Someone else. Come on. This is just multiplication. 2x squared plus 8x. Thank you. All right, and then this one, x squared minus 12, isn't it? Okay. All right, can I combine these two fractions now? But be careful with this negative. What am I supposed to do with that negative? Make sure you distribute to both. I see that common mistake. You do everything correctly, you forget to distribute to the second value. So this is limit x goes to negative 6. This is 2x plus 8x minus x squared. This is 2x squared, sorry. 2x squared minus 8x squared plus 12 all over x times x squared minus 12 over x plus 6. All right, I'll give you time to get caught up. All right, can I combine anything on the top? What can I combine? Someone. Okay, thank you. All right, I'd like to hear different voices. So this is x squared and then minus x squared. So what is x squared minus x squared? X squared plus 8x plus 12 all over x times x squared minus 12 all over x plus 6. Okay, it's still ugly, right? You didn't get any, well, it got a little bit better, I guess, right? There's a trick. Do you see this x plus 6? You should write x plus 6 as what? Someone said it. Say it out loud. You need to write it as a fraction, right? You want to write it as a fraction. Why do you want to write it as a fraction? She said you need to multiply by the reciprocal. She was skipping some steps. You understand that? She said you need to write it as a fraction and multiply by the reciprocal. Do you understand? Alright, so everyone multiply by the reciprocal. So what is it? Limit x goes to negative 6, x squared plus 8x plus 12, x times x squared minus 12 times 1 over x plus 6. Alright, do you notice anything? Anybody? You want to cancel, but I can't cancel yet. I can't cancel 12 and 12. I can't do that. But what can I do? Factor. I can factor. What can I factor? This one. So factor this. Someone factor this. Very good. So this is x plus 6 and x plus 2. X squared minus 12 times 1 over x plus 6. Alright, what do you notice after you factor? Okay, so do you think we did this correctly? Yes, because it cancels out nicely at the end, right? So it canceled out nicely, even though all of these steps were ugly. So what do we have left over then? Limit x goes to negative 6, x plus 2, all over x times x squared minus 12. Now what do we use? We use direct substitution. Go ahead and use direct substitution and tell me the limit. Okay, let's be honest. Most likely, you never worked on any questions like this last year. Most likely, right? But you should have, right? But now we need to develop these skills now, okay? And I'm the one who's stuck with you guys. But I love it. I love it. I'm lying, but it's okay. Okay, so what is it if you substitute?
36.
36?
1 over 36.
1 over, don't yell at me, man. Alright, don't yell at me. Alright. 1 over 36. Is that the correct answer? Yes. Okay. Alright, so Olivia, you wanted to see one more question, right?
I was stuck on A, but is it okay to do the graphing calculator? A.
No.
A, the big letter A?
No.
The
This one?
The capital letter A.
Capital letter A? Where's capital letter A?
It's after Z.
Capital letter A? No.
You have to plug in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What number do you plug in?
0.99.
Well, yeah. I was doing it right.
No.
1 from the
Oh yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. Let me delete that from the recording. Alright. So yeah, I meant to say yes. Okay. Yeah. 0.999, right? 0.999. Yeah. So go ahead and plug in 0.999 and tell me what you get. Yes.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to answer. I was going to ask if you could solve another question.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I can solve another question.
C.
C.
Big C. Big C.
Big C. All right. So let's do big C. That's not big C. That one. Okay, here you go. Alright, so here's capital letter C. We have limit as x goes to 0, square root of x plus 2 minus square root of 2 minus x all over x. Again, this is pretty ugly, so I'm hoping direct substitution will work, but can't you just tell now? Like, isn't it pretty easy to tell if direct substitution works or not?
Yeah.
Alright, so you know that it's not going to work, right? So, and then now I'm hoping it's easy to recognize which one to use. Isn't it pretty obvious which method to use? What should we use for this one? Rationalizing. We're using rationalizing. Why? Because we have square roots. So rationalizing. So what do I multiply this top and bottom by? Square root of x plus 2 plus square root of 2 minus x. Square root of x plus 2 plus square root of 2 minus x. Alright, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to kind of do that on your own. Do not multiply the denominator. Only part that you multiply and simplify is the perfect square, difference of square part, okay, which is the top. Sometimes they're on the top, sometimes they're at the bottom. Which ones did I go over? Capital letter C, I went over L and H, and what else did I go over? W. W, H, L, and C. Right? Okay. Alright, so what is this? This is limit x goes to 0. It is parentheses x plus 2 minus parentheses 2 minus x. If I take the shortcut. How many of you guys understood what I just did? Oh, that's it? Yeah, because if I don't use a shortcut, it should be parentheses square root of x plus 2 square minus parentheses square root of 2 minus x square. Because these are difference of two squares. Always difference of two squares. So what happens to the square root and square? They cancel each other out. So I can just put parentheses x plus 2. And then square root and square cancels out. Parentheses 2 minus x. That's what you're supposed to do. Alright, don't forget to distribute the negative. Go ahead and distribute the negative. Limit x goes to 0. So this is x plus 2 minus 2 plus x all over x. Square root of x plus 2 plus square root of 2 minus x. Okay, what happens to the 2's?
They cancel out.
And what happens to the x's?
2x.
Yeah. So this is 2x over x times square root of x plus 2 plus square root of 2 minus x. Alright, do you think we did this correctly? How did you know? One of the x's cancel out nicely. So this is limit x goes to 0, 2 over square root of x plus 2 plus square root of 2 minus x. Now can we use direct substitution? So plug in 0 and 0.
Yeah.
So this is 2 over square root of 2 plus square root of 2. What is 2 square root of 2 plus square root of 2? What is square root of 2 plus square root of 2?
2 square root of 2, right?
This is 2 square root of 2. And we need to, practice those two as well. I mean, like, some of you guys don't know how to add and subtract radicals and multiply radicals. Alright, do I leave my answer like this?
No.
No, I need to simplify them. So this is 1 over square root of 2 because 2's cancel out, right? Do I leave my answer like this? No, you rationalize the denominator by square root and square root of 2, so square root of 2 over square root of 4, which is 2. And there it is. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to pause or stop